So what does it mean to be skilled in conviction? There is the case where a disciple of the Noble Ones has conviction, is convinced of the Tathagata's awakening. So Tathagata is a word that the Buddha uses to refer to himself. This word Tathagata you will come across very, very often. The Buddha will not say, I am the Buddha. The Buddha will always refer to himself as Tathagata. And this meaning is somebody who starts the journey, somebody who ends the journey. So he started the journey to become a Buddha long time ago. And now he has ended the journey. So the meaning of Tathagata is he who has finished his journey that he started. That is why he likes to call himself Tathagata. Because he wanted to become a Buddha. And after many eons, life's or world cycles of striving, he has finally arrived. So that is the word he likes to call himself. I have arrived, the person who has ended the journey. So if we have faith, we have understanding in the Buddha's teaching, then it is a way for us to plan for our future life. How to be happy in the future. We know that this is the right way. The Buddha doesn't always say that you must believe in the Buddha or the Buddha's teachings. But he always says you must understand what is the truth. The truth is not something which the Buddha devised. It is not something which the Buddha thought about and then say, hey, suddenly I understand. Yeah? The truth is something which is always here. It is a universal truth. It is a universal principle that is here all the time. So what the Buddha did was he understood it completely. Not just in a small aspect, but completely he understood it. And that is what he is explaining to us. So the Buddha's teachings is about the universal law. And every now and then you get people who can tap into this wisdom. There are people who are not Buddhists that give the same advice, more or less, as the Buddha. This is what you must do, this is how you must train yourself, this is how to develop your virtue, this is how you can culture your mind. So it's the same thing. Yeah? And it is the universal law that they talk about. However, there is one difference. We live in this world cycle, that means in our world, from the beginning to the end, that our world, this part of the universe exists, it is called a world cycle. In our world cycle, there are 5 Buddhas. And Buddha, Gautama Buddha is number 4. Right? Before the Buddha, our Buddha, there were 3 others. And in their name, their influence goes back countless eons. One thing I would like to also say and share with you is that scientists are finding the Earth is a very old planet. They used to think that the Earth was very young. And there's one group of people called the people who hold on to the young Earth theory. They believe that according to their holy books, the Earth is only 7,000 years old. Then when we ask them, how about dinosaurs? Oh, dinosaurs appeared within the first 1,000 years. So they believe that the Earth is only 7,000 years old. When we know that the Earth is at least, if I'm not mistaken, 4.5 billion years old. So they said that their creator created it 7,000 years ago. And when they go back to the holy book, they calculate, it must be 7,000 years. So when you tell them facts about how there is movement in the Earth's crust, there is development of the Earth's structure, they say, oh no, that one is wrong. The Earth cannot be more than 7,000 years old. But we know that the Earth is very old. And as scientists go further, they will find that it's older and older than we actually know. when you look at now the accepted age of the Earth is at least 4.5 billion years. And civilizations have come and gone. Yeah, and we think that our civilization now is the only civilization. Yeah, it is not true. There is a very interesting series on the television called The World After People. What is that? It shows that within 3,000 or 4,000 years of human beings disappearing, yeah, there will not be very much left of our civilization. Certain metals will stay for a long while, like glass and all this, will stay for a long while. But even after about 10,000 years, glass also goes back to original elements. So after about 10,000, yeah, or even 20,000 years, there will be no trace of our civilization left. Everything that we make will go back down to the elements. Wood, of course, will disappear very fast, but the other things will take its time to disappear. And so the new civilization that comes after us will not know, because they see, oh, everything has gone back to original form. The elements will all go back to the original elements. So we think that we are the first civilization, but in actual fact, there have been other civilizations. And once in a while, we hear about older civilizations. Very interesting story, I must relate this to you. In India, there has always, somewhere near the coast, I think on the west coast, there was a story of a very ancient group of temples. They said that in this town, there were 5 temples built to one of the Hindu gods, many thousand years ago. And the archaeologists and the historians found only 3 near the coast each. And so they said the ancient stories are wrong. It is inaccurate description. So during the tsunami, you know how the tsunamis happen? Before the tsunami comes in, the sea will go back down. Yeah. And so these people, yeah, who were near the sea at that time, when they were later on hit by the tsunami. When the ocean went down, they saw up there in the sea 2 other temples. Yeah, they saw it, according to the ancient records, there are 5 temples and 2 were further down. They were built near the sea, but when the ice melted in the North Pole, they were covered. So people thought that no, there's only 3. So when the tsunami, when the sea went down, they saw 2 up there, about 100 meters. And then eventually the tsunami came back in and covered them, but they already saw it, so you know it's a fact. So ancient civilizations have there are a lot of these civilizations that our modern archaeologists refuse to recognize for some reason, because it disturbs the timeline. They already came up with, oh, this is the timeline. Don't disturb my timeline. If you ask me to explain something beyond my timeline, it makes me have to work harder to explain all these things. Right? So there have been scientists who discovered, for example, in South America, they believe that civilization in South America, Peru especially, is only about 10,000 years old. And some of it is a little bit further back, 12,000 years. Because people came down from the north to South America, according to the records, it's 12,000. Then there was a scientist who began to make research, who did research, and found that the earliest civilizations were 25,000 years old. Almost 10,000 years before what is accepted. So she wrote about it. And when she wrote about it, everyone else attacked her. With the result that she can't get a job in the university anymore. So there is this kind of shall we say,